Today's lesson is lesson 2, and we're studying Russia. Pack your bags. To go on backpacking trip, remember that you have to pack light, but still bring everything you need. It's kind of like gather round just one notebook packed light that covers most subjects, brings almost everything you need. Most backpacking trips start with getting to the place you want to start from, and that often requires a plane ride. Today we will start our trip in Moscow, Russia. First, you have to get on a plane. Our quick facts about Russia are, it's a population of 145.8 million people. The government type is a federal, semi-presidential republic. The size of the country is 6.6 million miles. The capital city is Moscow. The official language is Russia. The landmark is Lake Baikal. We are finally here. Russia is the largest country in the world, so there must be so many interesting things to learn about. Did you know that Russia shares a border with 14 other countries and crosses 11 time zones? No other country shares that many borders. Russia also has the highest mountain in Europe. Mount Elbrus is 18,481 feet high above sea level. If you want to climb that mountain while we are in Russia, you would take a chairlift up to 9,843 feet and start the climb from there. Did you know that Russia has the longest railroad in the world? It is called the Trans-Siberian Railroad, and it is 5,772 miles long. It was constructed to connect western Russia to the far eastern parts of Russia. If we went on the Trans-Siberian Railroad, maybe we could get to the Bering Sea. Alaska is on the other side of the sea, only 82 cms from Russia. Do you think you could see Alaska if you went all the way to the northeastern tip of Russia? Most people believe that at one point there was a land or ice bridge between Alaska and Russia, and that people migrated across the bridge to inhabit North America. Land and animals. The Volga River is the longest river in Russia. It starts in the hills northwest of Moscow and flows 2,193 miles into the Caspian Sea. This river has many tributaries, smaller streams or rivers that flow into it, that join it on its journey to the Caspian Sea. If you were to visit this river while you were in Russia, you would see a Russian desman. This mammal resembles both a mole and a platypus in different ways. The Volga River is one of only 3 rivers where the unique animal can be seen. It is virtually blind like a mole and has a tail similar to a platypus and fur that stays dry underwater because of an oily musk it secretes. These creatures were almost extinct a few centuries ago, but it has now had some protection, and the populations are no longer on the decline. An extension activity would be to look up pictures and videos of the Russian desmans. Isn't it amazing how they adapt to survival in just the right environment? Transportation. Moscow's underground subway system is a remarkable thing. No visit to Moscow would be complete without riding the subway and visiting some of the beautiful stations. The Myokaskovaya stop on the Moscow Metro is known for its 34 mosques on the ceilings, with beautiful polished floors and stunning architecture. While this station is beautiful and peaceful today, it is used as an air raid shelter during World War II. If the walls inside this station could talk, oh, the stories they would tell. The famous landmark is Lake Baikal, is a lake in the Asian part of Russia, just above Mongolia. It contains approximately 20% of the world's fresh water and is the deepest lake in the world, yet it has mountains rising out of it. Biologists have found around 17,000 species of plant and animal life living in the lake, with some of the species not seen anywhere else on Earth. Talk about a unique ecosystem. Food. Beet borscht is a Russian soup that actually originated in the Ukraine, but it has become somewhat of a cultural icon in Russia today. This soup can take on many different forms depending on who makes it. Some people make it as simple broth soup, while others fill it with different meats and hearty vegetables like cabbage, carrots, onions, and potatoes simmering in the deep red, almost purple beet broth. This soup can be served hot or cold, but it is almost always served with a generous helping of sour cream floating in the bowl. Beef stroganoff is another popular Russian dish. Sliced beef, fried onions, and mushrooms are cooked in cream sauce and served over a delicious starch. Perhaps it's because Russia is so far north, but much of their food is what many people would call comfort food, the kind of food you would want to eat on a cold, rainy, or snowy night. History. While visiting Russia, one of the must-see landmarks in Moscow is the Red Square. Often called the heart and soul of Russia, the Red Square is home to many historic buildings and has been ground zero for many important events in Russian history. At the heart of the Red Square is a beautiful building that looks something like out of a fairy tale. St. Basil's Cathedral was built in 1555, and with its onion domes of various heights and colors, it is said to resemble the flames of a bonfire. It was almost demolished by Joseph Stalin during his rule because he didn't like it, but he saved it, and today it is a museum. Red Square has been the place of many military parades, public ceremonies, and proclamations over Russia's long history. It was even the place that held coronations for the Tsars, that's what they call Russian emperors, that ruled the country before 1917. Just a short walk from Red Square, we will find the Kremlin, the official residence of the ruler of the Russian people dates back to the 14th century, and it is obvious that it was once the home of royalty. It is fortified. It is a fortified complex with 4 palaces and 4 cathedrals enclosed on the grounds by a military defense-style wall. Walking past the wall, we see the iconic onion domes, plated in gold, gleaming above it, pointing to a long history of beautiful architecture. Wow, Russia is truly a beautiful place. We have barely scratched the surface of the many things to discover about the largest country in the world. I hope you are excited to learn more as we continue our trip through Europe. This concludes Lesson 2.